morning. There's no better way to start your morning on the Camino than coming into a bakery and gazing upon what they have to offer here. Oh, this is a Santiago tart. So I'm gonna get a croissant. And no. And this lovely lady's making me some cafe con leche and some orange juice. So this is the way you start your morning on the Camino if you can. It's the best way. Unless you have to get some distance in, then you can't do that. So, but this is great. Well, it's been a steady uphill climb, and the last little bit has been very steep, as you can see. People coming up, and we have a lovely piper here who just finished his act or his song, and we got other people coming up slowly up the hill. And luckily, I think it crests right there, and then unfortunately it goes back downhill, then uphill and downhill and uphill and downhill. That's what the coast is like. But I'm making pretty good time, and I ran into somebody heading south who spoke English from Seattle, and I was able to hand over her my 2 Portuguese postage stamps so she can mail out some postcards and also exchange some advice, especially for her heading south, going along the coast versus inland. But you can see a group of pilgrims coming this way, so I have to I checked the topographical map, and we're over the first real big hill for today. There's one more, but I finally got a good shot of the estuary here. So if you were to follow this back that direction, you would hit the sea and you'd pass by Vigo along the way, and kind of show you what I've been walking on as well. This is really nice. Obviously they spent some time and money making this a very walkable trail. I'm assuming at one time this was really rough and hard because it's exposed rocks, but you can see just the estuary. There's a boat down there, can barely see moving along, and some other stuff. And that's about it. So I'm making good time. I already passed the 3-mile mark, so I have another 9 miles to go to get to my destination. And I have to kind of decide where I want to take a rest break. I'm not trying to kill myself getting to my next destination. The only day I have to really worry about is the day going into Santiago. And you know exactly what's going to happen right now, because I am tired of it. I had to stop and show you this. Turkeys, actual turkeys. Now turkeys are not native to Europe, but they do sell turkey meat in the stores, just like chicken, just like pork and everything else. And some chickens here too, and a really protectful and loving dog here. But look at that turkey. Look how proud that turkey is. Feathers fully done. He's not worried, I don't think, because his face hasn't turned blue, but maybe it's the other way. If it's turned red, he's scared. If he's blue, he's happy. I guess I got to look that up, or you guys can look that up. But the other Tom right next to him doesn't really care at all. But he's doing a little mating dance there, I think. So I will leave him alone and continue on. I've made it to one of the final large stone bridges I think I have to cross on my Camino. And way down there, it's cool. There's a couple fish that are chasing each other down there. I don't know if you can see it or not. You can see this, the ripples right there. That's cool. Anyway, so let's cross this bridge. It's kind of neat because we're at low tide, but also I can see where they can lay down some stonework between the piers to keep erosion at bay, I'm assuming. Oh, and let me get over here where there's a road. And a little beach estuary. Hola. And you see all the piers here, but that's a couple of Canadians, don't you know? Eh? No, I'm serious. That's how they talk. It was very funny, just how they talked like that. So, and then so we cross it. There's something solid about a stone bridge that a steel bridge or a suspension bridge doesn't give you. I mean, it just feels sturdy. You know, there's no movement underfoot. There's no give at all. Which means during an earthquake it falls down, but I'm fine with that. And then you can see some boats over here and some more boats there. So it looks like the tide's actually out. Oh, look at that. Look, look, look. Look at all the fish. I'm kind of curious if that's actually trout or some sort of salmon. That's kind of neat. And we're coming up to the side, and it claims this is a Roman bridge, but I'm not sure. You gotta slow down, wait for the car to go by. And rush hour. Rush hour on the Roman bridge. Buenos dias. And we're done. And you can see all the pilgrims just stacked up here on this side. And I'm not sure if we're going to stay here or not, but I'm going to continue on. Well, I'm stopping you for a moment with Berna, right? And I just want to show you once again, this is an old road, because right here, these are wagon wheel ruts here, and you can see even more right here. See these ruts right here? So you can tell this is an older path. This may be part of the original Roman road, but we have to go up this and down, and I think up another steep embankment. So I'm gonna get off the camera so I don't fall face first and then have to see my dentist. Well, this is the final uphill climb, and these wonderful people have set up this little quasi restaurant right here, and you can see it here. It's nice, and little commentary out of earshot, but I'll let you watch this as I talk. This is very typical as you approach Santiago. That last 5 to 7 days, you start seeing more and more of those things kind of pop up, and it's once again mine the miners. So they're making all this money off the pilgrims. The pilgrims are desperate to get stamps in their book and have it filled up. But given that I have walked many more miles than they have, I don't have any opinion either way about it. You got to do what you got to do. And this gives you an idea of what I have to climb up now, but for a short amount of time. I've been following this creek here for the last 45 minutes or so, but I want to show you this kind of makeshift bridge across the river here, or the river across the creek here, and then Casa Grande is that way. So that's one of the places I think you can stay before you hit the town proper, and they basically hit you on both sides. I mean, the normal Camino is over that direction, but I've been following this and I've been hesitant to make any video of me walking because there's a lot of roots and an occasional rock sticking out of the trail, and the trail's right next to the little creek here, so I don't want to go headlong into the creek. But this has been a very enjoyable 45 minutes. As you can tell, it's been like this the whole way, but definitely needs some work because one of the bridges looks like it's about ready to fall down into a little tributary creek. And this has been great. And of course the train tracks are over to my left further, but enjoying these final few moments before I get into the town. So I'm in the town proper now, and I'm coming down this lovely avenue, and it's a pedestrian avenue, and it starts over by a roundabout in the train station. And I can imagine at one time this was just kind of like a not backwoods, but you know, off the main drag, just kind of a average little street, and they've made it into this lovely wide pedestrian walkway, in which there's still going to be cars going through here. But for me, being a pilgrim, this is beauty. I mean, it's flat, it's leveled, you can see the arrows, and I'm hoping this lasts until I have to get into the town proper, the old town. And this is just wonderful, just wonderful. I'm in the older part of town now, but check this out. This lovely church with this curved facade. It's really neat, kind of like matching some of the just the flow lines here. I've been coming down almost this pedestrian walkway the whole time for the last 15, 20, 25 minutes, and then seeing this. And more importantly, you see the staffs. All those staffs have like the gourd, so it's like the pilgrim staff. And I'm not sure which church this is dedicated to, but I like it. And then the one over here on the end looks like it's carrying a sword, so that may be St. Paul, or maybe St. Peter up there somewhere, or St. Anthony, or it could be St. James too, because I can't see if there's a shell on any of that. But you see the whole pilgrim motif is up there on those statues, which is really great. Some pilgrims right here, but the Camino continues this way, as we see the kind of the cross streets here a little bit, and another plaza and square right here.